Hi, everyone, and welcome to MomoTalks, your exclusive podcast for expert insights from key players in the direct selling industry. I'm your host, Anabelle Gilliam. Welcome to MomoTalks. I'm your host, Anabelle, and today I'm here with Jonathan Gelfand of BODi. He is the Executive Vice President of Business and Legal Affairs. Jonathan, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you doing, Annabelle?
Good, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for putting this together for us. Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to jump right in with tell me a little bit about your background and your career and, what brought you here.
I'm a Capricorn and I do like long walks on the beach with a dog. So I, started out as a traditional attorney, came from Northern California down to Southern California where my family was, practiced in large firms, and then went in-house, which eventually led me to what was BODi. I've been at BODi for over 17 years now, as we've morphed into which we are now as BODi.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you for clarifying that for the listeners.
No problem.
So now you are Executive Vice President of Business and Legal Affairs. So tell me a little bit about what that entails.
Well, like most of us, we all wear many, many hats. I started the legal department. I was our chief legal officer for about 16 years. And once we went public, I morphed into more of the strategy, vision, biz dev side. I still do a lot of legal. I still manage our legal department. I still manage all of our talent. I work with our intellectual property and all the different legal functions, but also looking at how do we expand the business? How do we grow? And how do we evolve? We have a very challenging, I assume we're going to get to that, but we have a very challenging business medium right now. So how do we morph? How do we evolve to stay relevant in this changing time?
Yeah, it sounds like you really have to have your finger on the pulse of like where the industry is at and a lot of goal setting, a lot of kind of project management stuff, it sounds like.
The longer you are with the company and the more roles and people that you work with, it kind of everybody's maturity cycle is you get over yourself. You do what needs to get done. And
Absolutely.
Truly, some days I feel like I am picking up trash or walking behind the elephant, as they say. Some days I'm really trying to help shape vision and carry out the goals that our board and our CEO is carrying out. So everything you said and a lot more, but genuinely, everyone has to stay so nimble. We're all trying to do a lot more with a lot less. So it's keeping people inspired. It's forming the vision and walking to that vision, not being caught by all the distractions, working directly with a lot of our distributors. Our compliance and legal department is very accessible to our distributors on purpose. We want there to be an interaction. We want them to ask questions rather than just be the principals or the disciplinarian. So we have active relationships. We try and help them. So truly, I have no day which is the same, which is what I love. It would drive others crazy, but we all have to find what keeps us happiest and run with it.
Absolutely. Yeah. It sounds like, you want to everyone at your company to kind of avoid getting boxed in and have many hands make light work. It sounds like a very dynamic position to be in. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
Absolutely.
So what are the goals for your company, your department in the next year?
Wow, that's a very broad question. I mean, since we're gearing this towards our direct selling audience, everybody right now in this medium is looking at the viability of direct selling. And I know there's a lot of people more bullish than ever, which we love. There's a lot of people very nervous. We have a very active FTC that we're all holding our breath, waiting for a couple rulemakings to come down, and that could affect everything from negative option to business opportunity to income claims that could have a humongous impact on our industry. We have privacy laws that are constantly evolving, patchwork of different states to work with. We have attorneys general being more active in our space than ever. These are significant concerns that we all have to navigate while at the same time continuing the business growth. And the economy is in a very odd place, to put it gently, for network marketing. Distributors are getting more distracted than ever. We have all the different affiliate networks and all these competing interests come up. We have litigation concerns where, classification issues and employee issues, all of these barbarians at the gates, as they say, that we have to manage in the legal department with, frankly, without being Chicken Little and running around saying everything is horrible. Oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Because nobody wants to hear that, So again, getting involved, being aware of the issues, stepping up and being active. And, I love how, the Direct Selling Association, we bring other people together. But this industry, we're not competing against each other. We are stronger together. And I think anybody in this role, whether you're compliance or regulatory or legal or on the business strategy, we all really have to work together because we have a very anti-MLM crowd that's getting louder than ever, the Reddit threads and things like that. They're growing, and we really have to come together to show the legitimacy and the massive benefits that our companies bring, not just from the product side, but from the opportunity side, and make sure we're doing it in a very legitimate way.
Yeah, I very well said. It's so interesting how the direct selling industry is so unique in that the really big players in the industry have to not compete with each other, but experiment with more unity in order to, like, hey, remember who the real enemy is,
Right.
if we're going to use that word. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, these are all hot topics. It's a highly contested problem right now, especially with, social media getting, exponentially bigger, and everybody sharing their opinion on the direct selling industry. Everybody's
Absolutely.
got one and everybody wants to be heard.
Yep.
So yeah, absolutely. Cool. Well, I'm going to switch gears a little bit.
Switch it.
How do you define success in your role?
Woo.
It's my favorite
It
one.
probably varies by the hour. Again, I'm slightly evading the question just because it can have so many different answers. There's a company success. We're a public company. There's a stock metric success, which rarely ties to the company, unfortunately. It's how the street views it. There's my department success and how we're hitting our goals. There's the mentoring and the growth of the people that I'm helping manage and helping succession planning. There's success metrics from our C-suite, how we're communicating with the board. So I think the biggest challenge, which is also one of the biggest advantages, is there are so many paths to success. Are we growing economically? Are we helping more people? And generally, if I had to pick one, the reason why we've really morphed from Beachbody into BODi is we realized the genuine importance of what we call health esteem. And we're the P90X company and Insanity and 21 Day Fix. We're very, very proud of all the people we've helped. But because, especially in an infomercial medium, that before and after is so powerful of showing people really transforming their bodies. But we also realized, especially coming out of COVID and frankly, the mental health crisis that we're in, telling people you got to have this 6-pack or be a size 2 has never been what Beachbody was about.
Right.
And all of a sudden, when we would see all these headlines that says Kim Kardashian struts her Beachbody in Cannes, that's the last thing we wanted the name Beachbody to be. So it started becoming somewhat negativity. And I'm always trying to run up a hill. And even if I take that perfect picture, what do I do the next day when I want to have a cupcake at my 4-year-old's birthday? So we really wanted to help people with health esteem. Feel amazing in your journey. Feel amazing on day one and challenge yourself not to have a 6-pack, but to be more comfortable when you move, to be more comfortable when you get up off the couch, to be able to have treats and eat the way you want, but also know balance and just be more aware, have personal development, have mental health. So as we evolved into BODi, we're truly the only company right now that's saying, however you want to move, you want to do yoga, you want to do meditations, you want to ride a stationary bike, you want to train for a triathlon, you just want to be able to move better because you're coming up on your 60th and you want to still run around with your grandkids. Whatever you want, wherever you are, we want to be there for you. We want to help you with eating. I'm traveling the next 3 weeks. I want to have fun, but I also want to stay where I'm not going to feel like crud in the morning. All these different things we want to bring, goal setting, stopping that negative voice in your head that we all have for personal development. We truly are going to keep evolving to help people wherever you are as we collectively help our health esteem. And I know it may even sound hokey, but that's how we measure success. If we can help people, and I think the most amazing part we get as direct sellers is we're not on a shelf in Target or Walmart or Nordstrom, wherever you shop. We directly interact with our customers and our distributors. And when they're not happy, we got to fix it. But when they truly have changed their life and their doctor says, you're not going to see your kid turn 4 because of your habits, and they've tried everything else. And while everyone wants to run right now and get an Ozempic treatment and kind of shortcut happiness or weight management or wherever they are, we truly want to walk with people through their journey and it be a lifestyle change for the better. Not deprivation, but truly how to still enjoy your life while building your health esteem. That's success.
I love that. I really, really love that answer. There's such a cultural shift, I think, in the past maybe decade from kind of transitioning away from that like early 2000s, get thin quick, and you know, there's a perfect body, and all the tabloids and all of the, you know, infomercial type stuff, and the restrict, deprive, all of that. And I think that people have kind of finally woken up and been like, hey, that's not good for me. And kind of taken a more holistic approach to health. And, you know, I think that this transition for you guys is going to do even more great work than formerly BeachBody was involved.
We're hoping.
So,
I mean, we helped a lot of people as BeachBody, and we were the infomercial company. I mean, I don't want to shortcut that. P90X and I mean, those were gigantic infomercials. But again, we were operating in this realm then where it was, I don't know if you remember the ab belts that would shock you into a 6-pack.
Yes.
And we were competing against somebody sitting, I still remember, in a lazy boy, reclined, eating nachos, getting a 6-pack. And if you watch the P90X infomercial, people were gasping and sweating. And but it allowed us to really show how genuine we were. There's no fast shortcut. There's no fast shortcut, by the way. And when we give compliance talks, we equate somebody working on their wellness and their mental and physical journey the same way to building a business. There's no get rich quick, no matter how we get demonized in network marketing. There's no get rich quick. You got to work hard. You got to be disciplined. You're going to have ups and downs. It's the exact same parallel when somebody's doing P90X or just running every day and using our meal plans or doing yoga with us. None of it is a quick fix. But people genuinely, they believed in our products. They knew they'd have to work hard. And when they were willing to do it, you know, we would guide them through it. Getting people to follow any exercise program for 3 weeks, let alone 90 days, is really hard. Most people don't like working out. So we are always finding ways to make it more engaging, more fun, more successful. All those elements go into what we put together, and we're really proud of what we do.
Absolutely. It sounds like you guys are really doing great work.
We're trying. It's, you know, you can always get better and you can always help more people. And that's what keeps driving us.
Great. I wanted to ask a little bit about what changes you think are important to implement in order to smoothly make the transition. I know you're pretty much mid-transition. I mean, I'm sure. Because going from BeachBody just to BODi, that's a total rebrand. I mean, what do you think is important to implement in order to make that transition smoothly?
I think the most important thing is being genuine, is how you communicate. It's treating your customers like gold. It's helping people through their journey. It's never making people feel like they're just a cash register for you. We are in the relationship business, whether it's with our distributors, which we call partners, who are amazing, or whether it's with our customers, or whether it's with our employees or independent contractors. This is a relationship business. So truly communicating why we're evolving, the benefits of what we're focusing on, and really trying to get people from the old mentality of, I have to suffer through it, I got to bear down, I got to do this, to, you know, life is short. We have to enjoy the journey. But that doesn't mean pizza and beer for every meal is going to make you healthy. And at the same time, you should enjoy your pizza and beer for what it is. And we do. But truly, you know, I'm, you know, I just hit a major age milestone, which I'm not going to get into here, but, you know, your ideals change and what you want to work on change. And whether you have kids or there's people with grandkids, this notion of active aging used to be when people would hit 65, senior
Mhm.
citizens have to worry about it. People in their 30s now are thinking about active aging. They're starting to feel their knees or their aches or their
Mhm.
lower back. So truly being more in tune with your body, how you eat, how you're fueling your body, how you're moving, and not just, we all work a lot, so you're still. We all like to binge Netflix, so you're
Oh yeah.
still. So working in, if we can give somebody a half hour, we have 20-minute workouts, a 10-minute yoga, a meditation, meeting people, like I said, wherever they are, to just focus on small changes to help them be healthier and happier mentally and physically. That is what we're really conveying with the rebrand, and allowing people to have all their successes along the way, not just the end point. It's not just crossing one finish line. It's truly celebrating yourself, your family, everything you have around you all along the journey.
I love that. That's so good to hear. Um, I think that it's important to kind of understand the way in which like the health industry as a whole
Yeah.
is going. And it's like you said, people as young as 30, I mean, geez, I'm thinking about my back now.
Right.
And
Right.
I'm, and building those habits early is so much more common and so much more encouraged, I think,
Right.
in our current society. So yeah, that's really great. So what I'm hearing from you is a lot about genuine connection, saying just leveling with people and saying, look, this is what it's going to take to get to a place where you're old and happy, basically, get to a place
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
you can move around and you can, you have a good quality of life, and but not doing that in a way that is like not selling it, does that make sense? Just kind of like coming to people as a person and saying, this is what we're offering, this is going to help you.
Yeah. I mean, I would say being happy, not old and happy, being happy. You can be 18
Right.
and be happy. You can be 6 months and be happy. We want people to
Totally.
be happy. And this notion
Yeah.
of health esteem, and I'm just going to morph it a little bit. It's not shaming people into action. It's not
Right.
saying if you don't look like that person in the magazine, you're failing. Something's wrong
Hmm.
with you.
Hmm.
You're this, we all, like I said, we all have that voice. And, society, social media puts a lot of ideal images in our head that no one can really aspire to.
Right.
Building health esteem, mentally, physically, wellness, being a community through ups and downs, and just helping people. Like I said, whatever, we all have independent goals. We all have something we want to work on
Hmm.
mentally, physically, food, all these different things come together. We all want to enjoy life as much as possible, but we all know that there's consequences with what we do. So helping people with health esteem and not shaming them and not making people feel like they're failing the day they do decide to have enjoy it and love that cupcake.
Right.
Life is balance, and nothing should be completely in one direction or the other. We have this big thing now where we have the Eat More Dessert campaign, which at
Love
first
that.
when we put that out, people said, "How could BODi of all the companies have an Eat More Dessert?" We have healthier dessert options, but we want people literally to have dessert every single day. Just
Hmm.
pick healthier options. We have countless recipes using Shakeology, which is our premium health shake, and things of that nature to truly help people. You want a cake, you want a pudding, you want a bar, like all these things. We want something that still tastes good,
Right.
so people don't feel like they're just eating a rice cake,
Right.
to enjoy more dessert. So these are the kinds of things that we're always working on.
Yeah, it sounds a lot about like excuse me, tongue tie. It sounds like sustainability, like the sustainability of a
Yeah,
healthy lifestyle
exactly
is
right.
a value that BODi is implementing or probably has implemented. And I really, that reminds me of what we were talking about earlier with like the juggling act, the balancing act of kind of maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and
Yeah.
also how you put it in the context of being a direct seller, and like how being in the direct selling industry as it is today is a lot about kind of managing, oh, there's legal concerns here, there's a
Mhm.
new, a strong FTC, and then we also have to worry about, business growth. So
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to ask, a little bit about how you guys are juggling, how you're maintaining that balancing act that is so important in the industry.
I said earlier, but getting involved, I would say, is the most critical piece. It's like talking to somebody about the importance of voting and what does my vote matter? Your vote matters. Your voice matters. All of our companies, our voice matters, because as much as we are so proud of doing things the right way and the legitimate way, we do have a lot of bad actors in this space that frankly need to move on because it tarnishes the reputation of all of us. So the more voices we have from the good companies, the better. Meet with your representatives, get involved with government affairs, help this PR issue that we're all facing. So it's not just the haters bringing up every time something bad's happened. Help spread the message of the good we're doing and the lives we're helping with our products and our services and the business opportunity. I know it's almost a dirty word now, and we are so much more limited in how we share success compared to almost every other company.
Right.
But success isn't, oh my gosh, I just bought a Ferrari, this business is amazing. Success is, I was able to get a manicure and not be so stressed that was my grocery money. That is a success. Helping somebody shop for Christmas presents and not, have to move every credit card and carry balances and things of that nature. $100, that is a game changer. We are helping people every single day. And there's people that have no desire to do this full time. They love the idea that this is a part-time gig, that they can have supplemental income. They know the more they put into it, the more they have the opportunity to receive. But there's some people that just like doing it here and there. And the fact that we allow people to still work their full-time jobs, be completely present with their families wherever they are, that is a humongous win for our industry. So I would say that's the most important thing. Have your voice be heard, get involved, stand up, join the different committees. There's so much out there for the good companies to really help drown out the negative PR, to show our regulators the true face of direct selling, and frankly, help get the bad guys out of there. We have the DSSRC, the Direct Selling Self-Regulatory Council. Report into them. When you see people out there that aren't a legitimate company, that are making all of us look horrible, report it over there to them.
Absolutely.
Let's clean ourselves up, because otherwise the FTC is going to do it in a way none of us like.
Amen. Absolutely. I think I'm hearing a lot of,
I wish I had a mic, I would have dropped it there. But,
right? I was like, wow.
I can drop a pen. How's that?
Even better. Authentic voices from people that are actually have feet on the ground in the industry, whose lives are being changed by these opportunities instead. And that'll, I think, help this industry win that game of tug of war between, the bad voices and the good companies, because that's truly what it's all about.
Completely agree.
Great. Well, I think that's it for us.
It
was such a pleasure to have you on, Jonathan. Thank you so much for coming on to talk about BODi and the rebrand and the industry. It's really, really a treat.
Thank you for having me. You guys are doing amazing work. And like I said, we all have unique stories and visions and pieces to this puzzle. And when we come together, we are very, very strong. So the fact that you're helping facilitate that, I really appreciate all you're doing. Yeah, unity is key. Amen. Thank you. Great. Well, thanks so much. And thanks for joining us on MomoTalks today. Thank you. Bye-bye. And that's all we've got for you today. Thanks for listening to MomoTalks, and don't forget to keep up to date with Momentum Factor by logging on to momofactor.com, and be on the lookout for our next MomoTalks episode wherever you listen to podcasts. Until next time, this is Anabelle signing off.